Here are three strikers Stoke could realistically bring in this summer. Now, the man you can see on your screen right now, it's a bit of an honourable mention one. He's not in my three strikers because realistically, it's not going to happen. At the start of the window, he was my number one target before he'd been rumoured to any Championship club, but it does look like now he's going to be joining John Eustace at Derby County for a fee of $7 million. His medical is booked and he looks set to join the Rams for the upcoming season. I'm gutted about this one, and I tell you, Derby fans, if you're watching this video, you've got one hell of a player on your hands. The USA international forward, and I'd love to see him in a Stoke shirt, but he's not in my three strikers because it's not going to happen. Now, I'm pretty confident Stoke will be wanting to keep the costs down as much as possible in this summer transfer window, and Nahki Wells from Bristol City would be a really easy way to do that. I think if we were to bring him in, we'd have to bring in another striker, possibly on loan as well, because him being 35 years old and Sam Gallagher, who was struck with many injuries last season, wouldn't be enough to lead a 46-game campaign in the Championship. Now, despite Nahki Wells not being the youngest of strikers in the Championship, he still managed to notch up 41 appearances for the Robins last season. He bagged 10 goals, got 4 assists, and I think he's still, despite his age, a very, very useful player, especially at Championship level. And on a free, I think you'd be getting a really, really good professional and a player that also was an important part of a playoff play side in Bristol City last season. So all round, I think this would be a really good addition. But like I say, if we were to bring him in, I think we'd have to maybe bring in another lone striker as well. The second player in this video that I'd like to see Stoke bring in realistically, I'd say, is Matteo Joseph from Leeds United. Now, this would be on a loan move, but I think he's a really talented young forward that probably won't be part of Daniel Farke's Premier League plans for Leeds next season. Now, he hasn't started a game for Leeds United since the 29th of December 2024. That was away at Derby County, and I think that proves the point that going into the Premier League next season, Leeds will want to loan him back down to the Championship, get him that consistent run of games, try and get some goals behind him. He only scored 3 last season in that Leeds United promotion side, but I do think with the right style of play around and with a real consistent run of games across the course of a season, he could be a really decent striker, especially in the Championship and maybe for Stoke. Now, the final player in the list of 3 is the young and promising English forward from Liverpool, Jayden Danns. Now, this is a possible loan move. I'm sure it could be done. Stoke were interested in January, but he decided to opt for Sunderland, who eventually were promoted, but didn't play a single minute for them due to injury. So I do think going into the new season, Arne Slot will be wanting to loan him out to the Championship, get him a full season of professional football under his belt and see what he can do. Anyway, let me know what you think to these shouts in the comments and give me any more if you've got them.